Welcome to Pet Partners. It's so great to have you back with us. Just a little reminder that in our show last time, our longtime friend and executive director at Rutland County Humane Society, Beth Saradarian, announced that she is going to be stepping down in a while from the shelter, from her position, sort of slowly transitioning out. But she's been at the shelter for over 20 years, and we thank her for all the wonderful times she's had with us here on the show, and also the commitment and the terrific job that she's done at the shelter, and for all the animals in our community who have needed their care. So thank you, Beth. If you're watching, you're always going to be sort of on our minds. We've done the show with you for so long. We want to welcome our dear friend Mei Mei Brown. She is from the Rutland County Humane Society. You are you're the board president, but temporarily you're stepping in and learning all of Beth's responsibilities, and there are many.
There are many, yes.
Until the executive director position is filled.
Correct, yes.
Correct?
Yes,
okay.
I've actually stepped away from the board, so there's not a conflict of interest. And so now my title is that I'm the interim director of the Humane Society.
Wonderful. And
So,
when that's all settled, you will step back onto the board.
Back on the board, absolutely.
So lots of hats shifting back and forth. And how has this all been?
It's been educational.
With Beth and learning everything she does, and probably gives you even greater appreciation.
Absolutely, yes. We've always been impressed with all that she has accomplished.
Yes.
But to now actually be walking in her shoes, it's pretty amazing all that does get done in any given day. And you lay out your day that this, and this is going to happen, and all of a sudden you get a crisis phone call, or animals come in that are injured, or whatever, and your day is totally upside down, and you run with it and do what you need to do to get it right.
Yes, and nothing's, as we all know, nothing's predictable in the animal world.
No, not at all.
So, well, thank you for stepping in and doing all that you're doing, and thank you for stepping in and doing this with us as well.
My pleasure.
It's fun to have you here. I will just tease that Mei Mei has a special friend with her today, and we're doing this a little differently. We're going to introduce her special friend at the end of the, as a special segment at the end of the program.
Perfect.
After we show you all the animals that we have for adoption, if not all of them. A sampling.
A sampling of them,
right?
for
Because
sure.
that
yes.
changes all the time, too.
It changes all the time. I might have an animal that we're going to show you a video of that may have just been adopted 5 minutes ago. So it is unpredictable, for sure.
Absolutely. So always check the website. We've always said that, right?
Yes.
Always check the website, and always give a call, because
Absolutely.
nobody knows better than that well-trained
Absolutely.
and caring
Adoption
folks at the
counselors.
shelter. Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, well, shall we, as Beth always said, hop right to it?
Let's hop right to it.
Okay.
So our first animal that we're going to take a peek at today is Junior. And there is Junior. He's 7 years young. He's a neutered male, black lab and retriever mix, weighs 56 pounds. He is a sweet guy, came in as an owner surrender when they could no longer provide all that they felt he needed. He's got a lot of spunk in him. He's fun to be around. I was walking him this morning, and just a happy guy. He has a few tricks. He sits down well and is loving his treats. He has been around cats and other dogs and should do just fine with them. We don't know how he would do with children, so as we do with all dog adoptions, we like the whole family to come in, and that way we get to see how the animal reacts with all the different family members. So he does like to be quite active. He needs some brain games just to keep his little mind busy. So some hidden toys, get a Kong for him filled with peanut butter, or little things like that, just to keep his mind and body active.
Have you ever tried those dog puzzles, Mei
Yes.
Mei? They're a lot of fun.
They are a lot of fun.
My dogs really enjoy those.
Ours do too. Yes,
Yeah.
we've got people have donated several different puzzles, and they have a great time figuring them out.
Well, that's a good idea for the holidays. So if folks are looking for a little something different they could do. I know they like
Absolutely.
to bring in toys. Maybe consider a few of those puzzles as
Puzzles,
well.
yes, that would be great for them.
Yeah, very
So-
fun. And maybe some treats to
treats
tuck
that we-
away inside of them.
Absolutely, treats are always a must. So he is quite a great boy, and he was shedding today. So if you see a little bit of black hair on the ground, you'll see that was just him getting ready to get his winter coat.
Just another day at the office,
Just
right?
another day at the office. Yes, if you look at my shirt, you'll see that I'm covered with all sorts of
Yes, well, that means you've had a
pet
good
hair.
day. Good
I
day.
had a wonderful day, that is for sure.
So that is Junior. Well, he's a lovely
Oh,
young
he is.
fellow.
And just happy. Just that tail just keeps wagging.
Love it.
So, oh, what a good guy. What a good guy. So coming up next, we have another treasure. Oh, I think we're going to see a few more minutes of Junior.
Oh, that's okay. We can move along right
Okay.
whenever
well,
you're ready.
We
Yep.
can. So Gypsy May, she is one of the favorites at the shelter.
Oh, she's
so Don't tell
cute.
anybody. But she is just a sweet, sweet dog. And she's cute, just watching her. So she is very tidy. She has very nice manners. And she is not wild about other animals. So she probably would need to be an only child in your home. But she's so sweet, why need another one in your home?
Right. Who needs more when you have Gypsy May?
Absolutely. So she loves to go for walks. She loves to smell everything out there. She's got quite the nose and has a plethora of toys to keep her busy. So she does get a little shy when there's sudden movements, so you just need to be aware of that. But probably a home with little kids might not be so good for her just because they sometimes make sudden movements. But I think older children would be just fine with her. She's just really, really sweet girl. And she has a great smile, too.
She
So
does.
the tail goes, and she occasionally gets zoomies, which is always fun to watch. And
Love the zoomies. And, you know, she's great size, Mimi. I know a lot of times
Yes.
people are looking for a dog right about this size, quite portable.
she is definitely portable,
Easy
yes.
to have around. So if you are considering a slightly smaller dog, you might
Yeah.
consider Gypsy May.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and I don't know if I said it, but she loved her belly rubs.
Aw.
She is a spayed female. She's a husky and a Rottie mix, and she does weigh 65 pounds, though it's a little hard to believe that. I think she's a little lighter than that.
Yes,
Oh,
she doesn't.
She does
looks
not
like a
look
smaller dog
65
to me.
at all.
No, she doesn't.
But she is such a sweet girl.
But the best way to judge is to come in and see for yourself and meet her, right?
Absolutely. She would be a treat to come in and spend a little bit of time with her. Yeah, she didn't mind her feet being touched. She was just as laid back as she could possibly be.
That's wonderful.
So, yeah, she's a sweet, sweet girl. So coming up next, we have a bonded pair. And they are really, really sweet girls. They were strays brought into the shelter, actually from Pittsford, as a matter of fact.
Oh, I think I saw this on social media.
Yes, it was
I
on
saw
social
these
media.
two coming up, yes.
Yes. So they're both good with people. They are very attached to one another. They need to know where the other one is, so definitely need to go home together. Daphne is 2 years old. She's a spayed female, and she is a Staffordshire Terrier, white and black, and she's 72 pounds. Excuse me. And her companion is Velma. She's 5 years old, spayed female, also a Staffordshire Terrier, and she's 56 pounds. And they are just great together. They love to go running in the exercise pens back and forth, chasing each other, and they just have a good time. They're happy all the time. The tails are wagging. They are just special little girls. We don't know any history about them because they were strays. So again, as I said about another dog, bring the full family in so they can meet you and see how everyone reacts and make sure that it's a good fit for everybody. So
Well, they're an adorable pair, Daphne and Velma. Someone's been brushing up on their Scooby-Doo, I think.
I think so too. And at the moment, they are a pair that is a foster to adopt because they both tested positive for Lyme disease, so we're treating them. But they finished their regimen of medication on November 30th. So it would be a short foster, and then the adoption could take place on December 1st.
Wonderful.
So-
Well, we all know that's coming right up. so-
Yes, and they might make a great Christmas present for somebody.
Absolutely. Oh, they
So-
are just
Yeah.
sweet.
They are really wonderful, wonderful girls, and and loved the camera. They definitely were not camera shy.
Oh, very good. They're ready to be back on social media, I
I think they are. So, and coming up next, we have a really beautiful girl. Her name is Barley, and she's an 8-year-old spayed female Great Pyrenees. She's 77 pounds. She's white with a little bit of gray there. She's very easygoing, quiet, dignified even. And she likes to go outside and explore, make other dog friends, and go for walks. She's really gentle on a leash, has excellent house manners, and knows her basic obedience. So very friendly with dogs, cats, and older children. So if you'd like a low-maintenance addition to your home, I think I would definitely check out Barley.
Right, because these are bigger dogs too, so for them to have excellent manners
Yes.
and no real restrictions, that's quite a win. And what a lovely dog
Oh,
she
she
is.
is. She really is.
I love this breed.
Me too. So she's cute. Yep, there's the gray on
Oh,
over
I
her
love
eye.
it.
So yeah, so very cute.
She is really pretty.
And our next dog is a husky. His name is Kane. He's about 1 year old. He's very affectionate, friendly, smart, and athletic. Gray and white in color, as you can see, and he's 56 pounds. He was a surrender from his previous owner who could no longer care for him, and we're so thankful of people who acknowledge that they cannot provide for their animal anymore and bring them to us. It's so much better to come to us than let them go on the side of the road. So thank you, people, for doing that. He loves his toys, maybe even a little too much, as he tends to tear up some of his stuffed toys. So you need to be careful what toys you actually give him. Good hard toys would be good, like a Kong or some of the Nyla Brones would be a nice toy for him to have. And if you give him one of those toys, he will just be entertained for hours. He is just really content to have a good chewing toy to play with.
I have a dog who only wants the kind of toys that he can rip to smithereens. That's the fun part for
That's
him.
the fun part, absolutely.
And he'll only do it if he's in front of, like if he has an audience.
Oh, okay.
If he's alone with the toy, he'll just lie down on it and be really sweet with it. But if he has someone to watch him, he's like, watch me rip this to shreds.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what if it was $20? It's all right, Mom.
So we have learned to get much cheaper toys for him because the more expensive ones just don't thrill him. Yeah, they hold up too well, I guess.
We do learn, don't we, from
We
our
do
animals?
learn they all have their own little peculiar things. And you
Yes,
just
they
have
do.
to go along.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Adjustment for all of us.
Well, this guy is super cute.
Yes. He does well with other dogs. He has a little more dominant nature, just so you know that. And he did previously live with cats. So we do know that he was good with babies and younger kids in his previous home as well. So there is our Kane.
He's lovely.
And he loves his treats. So, switching from dogs to cats, we're actually a little short on cats at the shelter right now, which is hard to believe, but the last few weeks have been really very busy for adoptions. So we're happy to say that the cat population is lower, but not to worry, there are still more in the waiting rooms. This guy came in as a stray. He's between 4 and 6 years old. He's neutered male, brown tiger, and 10 pounds. As you can see, he loves his scrubby dubs. He loves to headbutt your hand and has so much love to give. I was snuggling with him today, and he just could not get enough of me. So
And what is his name? I didn't catch his
it's
name.
Holmes,
Holmes.
as in you live in a home.
Okay.
So a little different spelling,
So
but
if someone was particularly looking for this cat, that's his name.
Holmes,
Bertie.
yes, he is sweet. And he said, don't let his sleepy side fool you, as he does have a playful side to him and loves to play with toys filled with catnip. He is quite a connoisseur of catnip.
Oh.
So he came to us on October 19th as a stray from West Rutland. We don't have any history as to how he will do with children, other cats, and dogs. But he is such a laid-back guy that we think, taking time for introductions, he should do pretty well with most anything. And if you take a look at that crinkly ear he has, that's a wonderful little novelty. It was either a birth defect or maybe he had ear mites earlier in his career. And, but it doesn't bother him in the least. He just looks at it.
Gives him extra character.
It gives him extra character for sure. So
Adorable.
that's our Holmes. And look at him. He's still looking around saying, what can I do now? There has to be something I can get into here. So in the moment, hopefully in the next week or two, we will have more adult cats, but that's about all we have of him right now. But we do have kittens. We always have kittens.
And we love to watch the kittens.
And we
so
love
thank you
to-
for bringing the footage.
Surprise, surprise, the orange one is named Pumpkin, and just in time for the holidays. But at the moment, we have 7 or 8 kittens in our kitten room, and they just have a wonderful time running about and doing what kittens do. Either sleeping or raising Cain is what they usually do.
Well, I challenge someone who is looking for a kitten to go into that kitten room and not come home with one or two.
Or 2, yes.
Because they do great in pairs.
They do much better in pairs because they still are at their what I call terrible twos. They're into mischief and learning what life is all about. And nice to have another one to keep the other company and maybe prevent a little too much trouble going on.
Yes, my mother has a couple right now, and they are keeping her quite busy.
Yes, they do.
Falling into the bathtub, climbing into the sink, pulling things out of the cupboards. I mean, they're really just getting into absolutely
That's-
everything. But
That's what they do.
and I think she's enjoying it a lot as much as she tells these stories.
Oh,
you
yes,
know.
yes. But yes,
But-
I'm sure Mom is chuckling inside.
Yeah, she
saying-
loves it.
Yes, absolutely.
And wouldn't you too? Oh my goodness, look at that.
These are
Oh,
something happened to their mama, and these I'm actually fostering. There's a total of 5 kittens, and so they're getting bottle fed. And this morning I was cheering because they actually drank a little bit out of their dish. So hopefully
that is a milestone.
It is a major milestone. So hopefully they will, in the next week or so, be on their food.
So you personally are fostering this
I am fostering
group?
this. Yes,
oh
I
my
am.
goodness.
Yes,
Mimi.
they are just
I would
adorable.
get nothing done.
Well, with the time that it takes to bottle feed, you don't get a lot done.
Yeah, I
but-
would, and I would just want to be looking at them and holding them.
Oh,
and, my
yes. Oh, they're
goodness.
so good. This morning when I was feeding them, I had some up on my shoulder, one just kind of draped around my neck, another one kind of hanging off my shirt, saying, more, more, more. And yeah, they do make you laugh and smile and just enjoy the energy that little kittens have. So
And the shelter is often looking for foster
We
folks,
are,
right?
yes.
For
And
whether
especially
for
this time of
kittens
year.
and dogs and or anything, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yes.
And, it used to be there was just 2 litters of kittens a year, and now we're getting 3. This is actually late in the season for kittens. But, yeah, so we do need foster parents all the time for
Yes, Beth and I are often talking about how kitten season just goes
a little bit longer.
and
a little
longer
bit longer.
each time.
Yes. So, but they are adorable.
Oh my goodness.
So we also have some smalls. We have at the moment a neutered male rabbit, Rex and breed. It's brown and tan. His name is Marley, and he is just charming. He loves to be pet, he loves to be picked up, and his coat is the softest I think I've ever felt on a rabbit.
Yes, folks need to always consider the shelter first when looking for a rabbit because you often have them and you have such
do.
nice ones.
We do, we really do. This little guy was lived in an apartment, free roaming. He's litter box trained. He's just a really, really sweet guy.
Yes, you can put out little exercise pens for them so they can hop
Yes.
around safely and have some fun. And like you said, so many of them can be litter box trained.
Yes.
And They can be really lovely pets.
Oh, absolutely. And he just had his neuter appointment, so he's now available for adoption, and just a really charming little guy.
Ready to hop off with you, right?
Yes,
right now.
he is, right into your arms.
All right.
So
well, do you have any more smalls?
We
or
have
we-
well, we have some parakeets.
Oh,
We have
parakeets,
four
okay.
parakeets that we started with 8, and we're down to 4. They have to go as pairs because they are bonded pairs.
Yes.
But they are just adorable, and they love to sing and sing and sing. So that they're
vibrant colors.
oh yes,
Aren't
they really
beautiful?
really are.
Oh, so if you are looking for some small birds, and wow, that could help you get through a winter, right?
Yes,
Too, to be looking
absolutely.
have something beautiful to listen to and look at and keep you
Yes.
company.
Indoor birds and outdoor birds. So yeah, it's the best of both worlds.
Absolutely, absolutely, they are lovely. So
And
be
there's
ready
our
to adopt
guinea
in a
pig.
pair, and a guinea pig too.
Yes, this is Chompers, so named by his foster sister, we'll call her, because he just loves to eat his food and he just chomps away. Actually, I'm sorry, it's a girl. And she came to us in July. She's been in foster care, and now she's ready to go into her forever home. She's an energetic little girl and scurries about her cage and loves, as I said, chomping on her veggies.
Aw.
And just today, 2 more guinea pigs came in. So we have 3 guinea pigs available for adoption if anybody's looking for a pair or a singleton.
Wonderful, and yeah, and they do well together.
They
so,
do.
Yes,
They
they like
do.
to have company. Very
So-
sweet.
That's it for what we filmed today at the shelter.
Great, and there's always more, and
There
always
are
check
always
back,
more.
and you have a lovely selection as it is. So today you have a very special guest with you, and my goodness, did everyone in the studio, all the staff, just gather around to see this sweetheart.
And she's going to talk to me.
Oh, she's gonna talk.
This is Starfish. She's 5 months old, and her mother came in to us as an owner surrender. Mom was pregnant, and Mom was exposed to one of the distemper viruses when she was pregnant, and so her fetuses didn't do very well. One did not even form, and the other 2 kittens were born normally. This little one, at 2 weeks, when she started to walk around, they noticed that she had a lot of wobbling. And she has what was diagnosed to be, and she's going to tremor a little bit for me. She has feline cerebellar hypoplasia. And it just basically, simple English, it's wobbly kitten syndrome. And what happened was that when she was in her mommy's tummy, part of her brain did not develop that controls her motor skills. So she looks funny sometimes with her movements. She is in no pain, but she sometimes falls over. She can probably walk when she's determined enough, probably about 10 feet, and then she'll tip over a little bit. But this all could have been prevented with just one simple distemper vaccine. So that's why we always, when all of our animals go up for adoption, they're all up to date on all their vaccines, and she has just completed her series of distemper vaccines, three vaccines for a kitten. So usually we spay and neuter our kittens at 3 months, but the vets have said that we'd like to see how she develops, and she's now 5 months, as I said, and so she'll get spayed at 6 months. And she will be available for adoption. I'll see if I can get her to walk a little bit, though we're a little unsteady
Did you
right
want
here.
me to put something down for you?
Would
I
you
could
like
go-
to hold her for just a moment? I'll
Sure.
grab the towel. She doesn't do very well on slippery surfaces, which is what we have here, so I'm going to put out a little towel and see if we can get her to walk just a little bit so you
She
can
is
see.
so sweet.
Oh, she's so sweet. She's soft as can be.
Oh my goodness. I'm getting a good hug right now. Sweetheart.
Hi.
I'll
Hi.
show him how you do.
She's a very
She was really getting around the studio today, I'll tell you. It
There we go. There we go.
doesn't have as much
Get
room.
your little toes on you. Oops, oops, little wobbles, and then she'll just fall over. We've had to make a few accommodations for her. All of her dishes are soft plastic, so she doesn't break a tooth. Her litter pan, she goes potty faithfully in her litter pan, but she has to lay down to eliminate. which is no big deal.
So she takes care of her eating and her litter
Yep,
box
yep.
things that she needs. She does it all just on her own.
On her own.
She is accommodated for her
Absolutely.
for herself of how
Yep,
she does it.
She will live a full, healthy life. No reason why she shouldn't. But it will just be a little bit different. And if you ever wish that your kitten would never grow up, this is the cat for you. Because she's always going to need a little extra needs.
And lots of snuggle time.
And lots of snuggle times. When I get home from work, she comes and sits on my lap, and she'll stay with me as long as I am in my chair. Whether I'm reading or watching TV or on my computer, she is right there, and she's purring, purring, purring.
She was covering some ground today in the
Yes.
studio. She was so determined. Weren't you, sweetheart?
Come on,
She
little one.
was so determined that she was going to get that much further,
Yes.
that much further, and sometimes she would have a spasm that would send her back the other
yep.
direction, but how she'd pop back up and try again. She's very determined.
She is.
Very strong.
Sometimes she kind of does a little grumble because she was so determined. She wants to get to point B, and she works on it. She can get right across our room. It's just she needs to be either on a towel or on a rug. She just needs not tiling. That's
Yeah,
the
slippery
tile is a
surfaces are
little too
not her
slippery.
friend.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, keep an eye out for her. She'll probably be on our website. She'll be 6 months at the end of this month, so we'll make an appointment for her to be spayed in probably early December. And she definitely will need a little bit more care, but she shouldn't cost you anything more with vet expenses. This is what she was born with, is what she has. She will not get any worse. So she just is a happy little girl and is enjoying life. She doesn't know anything different. And don't let her little wobbles disturb you. She is an okay little girl.
Yeah,
So-
we certainly got a glimpse today of her determination and her, I feel like she's building her strength too.
She
She
is.
has to be conditioning herself as much as she gets up and tries to get around. She's building that strength.
Whoops.
Aren't you, sweetheart?
There you go. Yeah, and
Yeah.
actually when we started her out, we got baby bumpers and put them probably 6 inches apart from one another, and she would walk between the two baby bumpers, and that's how she started gaining a little bit of strength. So, she has it's her nerves that aren't quite right, but if we can build up all those muscles, they can support the nerves and her bones, and she gets around. Whoops, no, don't go too far, darling. Come here, we gotcha. So, but she eats normally. She needs sometimes a little bit of help with drinking. She doesn't, the dish is probably too easy to tip over. But,
Right.
but yeah, and then for probably the first 2 months or so, I just syringed watered her. But she figured it all out and said, no, I'm ready for dishes now. So she's a good girl. She eats canned food, she eats dry food. She's just a good little eater and a great little girl. She plays with toys. She's got her balls that she chases, and she loves the teaser. The teaser is just fascinating for her to watch with feathers and
Oh.
whoops. And she just has a great time walking
She's so
around.
bright and alert. When we walked in, she was in her little playpen, and she just automatically, she makes eye contact with you, and
She
you're
does.
just drawn to her. She's so soft and sweet.
She's a good girl. And her pupils will always be big. I don't quite know why that is, but she always looks wide-eyed and happy to see you. But
She sure does.
she seems to see everything just fine, and she's, whoops. Oh, you're going to try and stand? Doop, doop. Come on, little one. There you go.
And when she has more room to get around, she really does have moments where she stands and she starts to go forward.
Yeah.
And
Yes, she's covered at least 10 to 12 feet of ground in one swoop. And yeah, she gets determined. Sometimes her ears go a little flat, a little wonky, and that's when you can tell she's really in a determined moment, and she's
Yeah.
going to get where she
her
wants to
tail
go.
looks a little frustrated right
Yeah.
now. Like, I think she wants to go further forward.
I think she does.
She doesn't realize she'll go off the edge.
Yes, that would not
We
be
can't
nice.
allow that to happen, sweetheart, but we know you want to try.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
So please remember to vaccinate your animals. It's just as important as spaying and neutering.
I don't think I've ever seen sort of firsthand an example of what not getting the distemper vaccine
Yes.
could bring about.
Yes. Yep.
And, you know, there were even worse results, as in cats that didn't make it. But this one, I mean, she has this issue that she's going to have to struggle with for the rest of her life, and she does it
With grace.
with grace.
Not quite, but she tries.
and tremendous character this
Absolutely.
girl has. But we don't want them to have
No,
to
no. This could have been prevented.
have this
And
struggle,
so-
right?
So education is what we're all about, and so this is your little educational moment for today of how important vaccines are.
Well, my daughter got to meet her, and I'm so happy to meet her. And I know that the staff here, Jim and Chelsea and Rich, were all in here spending time with her, and we were all like little mothers and fathers rushing around, making sure she didn't bump up against something hard. It was so funny how everyone was just wanting to be part of her day.
Absolutely,
What
and
she
you can
can
see,
do.
you can't quite see it on camera, but she is sprawled out, so she definitely earned her name of Starfish. The legs sprawl out in 4 different directions, and then her head. She's a starfish for sure.
Well, I think we ran to the end of our time,
think we
but
did.
I knew we would just do that once we got her up here with us.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Mimi.
Oh, you're very welcome.
And thank you, Starfish.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for watching Pet Partners.